Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I made homemade cannelloni with chicken and lots of cheese and taste it and it looks amazing. I'm gonna start with the dough for pasta, for which I'm gonna need 200 grams of flour, 2 eggs, a pinch of salt, and fresh parsley. I have here a bunch of parsley, about 4 to 5 tablespoons of chopped parsley. I wash it and dry it, and now I'm gonna chop it. You need a really sharp knife because we need to chop these in super tiny pieces, and a knife really well sharpened will help with that. Now dump the flour on your table in one place all at once, and with your fingers form a well inside that with reinforced walls, well defined. And in the middle we're gonna crack those 2 eggs. I added salt. Pasta needs taste, so I added a bit of salt, and now I'm gonna put parsley. With a fork I'm gonna start mixing the eggs with parsley, bringing slightly and gradually flour from the inside until all this mixture will look almost like some scrambled eggs. And then I'm gonna take my spatula and bring flour from the sides in the middle and mixing with wet ingredients. Knead the dough now for a few minutes and incorporate all the flour and until the dough is nice and smooth like this. And I'm gonna place it in cling film and let it rest. I let it at room temperature for about 30 minutes. And in the meantime I'm gonna make the filling, and for this I'm gonna need 200 grams of chicken breast, 2 eggs, about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, mozzarella 100 grams, 3 or 4 teaspoons of pesto, and I really love this one from Lidl, 500 grams of fresh cheese, or you can use ricotta. I use one with really low fat percentage, 60 grams of parmigiano or grana padano, 3 cloves of garlic, again fresh parsley, pepper, nutmeg, and a tiny bit of salt. I'm gonna cut the chicken meat in small cubes. So super tiny cubes of meat. I'm gonna grate now parmigiano on the finer grater. Peel the garlic. chop parsley and mince the garlic. I'm doing all this to have all ingredients ready. Put a non-stick pan on the stove. I put just a tiny bit of olive oil, and when the pan is nice and hot, I will cook the chicken until any water evaporates and also catches a bit of color and is not gonna be pink anymore. Just a few minutes, and looks like this. You can take it off the stove now and let it cool down for a few minutes. In a bowl, I'm gonna mix the fresh cheese. Try to find one that is really well drained. Add the meat over. Next, add parsley, garlic in the bowl with the rest of the ingredients, 2 eggs, pesto. I really like to use pesto. I like the salty taste, and also has lots of basil, so I added about 3 generous teaspoons of that. A bit of nutmeg, a pinch of salt, not too much because the cheese it is salty and the pesto sauce it is salty. Add mozzarella. I'm gonna save a bit of mozzarella to put on top of the pasta while we're gonna cook it in the oven. And combine all of these, give a good stir until everything looks nice and homogeneous. Add parmigiano, and as well save a bit to put on top of our casserole, let's say so. Next, I'm gonna make a sauce, and I need about 350-400 grams of minced tomatoes or tomato paste, 2 garlic cloves, oregano, a pinch of salt, pepper, and a bit of olive oil. And oregano, I added about 1 or 2 teaspoons of dry oregano. I measure here, and I put tomato paste in a bowl, mince the garlic. This sauce, we're not gonna cook it. We just need to mix the ingredients to make it super yummy. Add pepper, freshly cracked, and a tiny bit of salt, oregano, and I like to add this a lot because it's full of flavor, and just a tiny drizzle of olive oil. Give this a mix, and this is the sauce. And we're gonna start assembling now our pasta. I have here the dough rested. I added a bit of flour over it because I don't want it to get stuck in my pasta attachment. I'm gonna cut it in half and use these one after another one. Stretch it a bit, flatten it up with a rolling pin, enough for it to fit in my KitchenAid pasta attachment, but you can use whatever pasta machine you have. I'm gonna pass it once through the thickest setting and fold it just to give pasta a little more strength, and pass it again to the thickest setting. like that. Make sure to have flour on your dough, because otherwise it can get stuck in your attachment and it's really hard to take it out. Now move to the next setting, thinner and thinner. Each time pass through the same setting twice, and I made it until 4 or 5 I think in thickness. So a thin pasta, but not too thin. As you can see, pasta looks really nice with all that green parsley specks, and it is really tasty as well. And more vitamins. Parsley has lots of vitamins and is really good. Look how nice this looks. I made the same, I went through the same process with the other piece of dough. I'm gonna cut out of these about 14 pieces of dough, rectangular in shape. You can use the same pasta for lasagna and it's gonna be super yummy. A lot tastier than bought pasta, the one that you can find in the supermarket. This one is fresh and it's really tasty. In my baking dish, I poured half of the tomato sauce at the base, spread it around, and now take each of those pasta sheets that we made and fill them up with the filling. Be generous with it and roll them up, and this is it, homemade cannelloni. They might not look exactly like the dry ones that you buy from the store, but I'm telling you, it's absolutely delicious. Some grandma in Italy probably made the pasta exactly like I did. I arranged them in the dish, one next to each other. Add a drizzle of tomato sauce on top, and because I still have pasta and filling, I'm gonna continue to fill the rest and put them on top of the ones that I already put in my baking dish. So the same, fill them up, roll them, and place them in your baking dish. The rest of the filling that I had left over, I just drizzle it over the pasta in the dish. I did the same with the tomato sauce, just drizzle it on top, and with the rest of the cheese that we saved up, that mozzarella, spread it all over your pasta, cover all the surface. This will give a really nice color in the oven while baking, and of course taste. I'll do the same with the rest of Parmigiano that I saved up. cover the tray with aluminum foil and place it in the oven at 200 Celsius for about 20 minutes. Bake for 10 more minutes without the foil until it has a really nice color on top, and take it off the oven and let it rest for about 10 minutes before you serve it. It smells amazing and is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you here next time with another recipe. Bye bye.